it's been a very weird past 24 hours or past like 48 hours for me. Tons of people are calling and texting me, being like, "Yo, this person's saying that you're killing people." Obviously, none of them believe it, but yeah, it's been weird.
You ever wanted to kill anyone?
Uh, Hello.
Hey, what's up? Is this Aiden?
This is Aiden. Is this
What's
Lyle?
going on? Yeah, man, this is Lyle. How's it going, dude?
Oh, well, not too bad. I actually, I've met you twice in St. Louis at your live show.
Oh, fucking cool. Fuck yeah, dude. St. Louis is always a great time.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was, you might remember me. I was the bald dude with the big red beard.
I really, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. I don't remember anybody's name, and but like if you tell me if like we talked about something, I'll remember that. Do you remember what we talked about?
Okay. Well, the first time I made a joke about how you're taller in person.
Okay.
Because I thought you were a little shorter in person, to be honest. It didn't really land. So then the second time I came back and I was like, "Hey, remember that joke I told you? It wasn't really that funny."
Well, Aiden, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe those other two times from my memory. Although I guess I didn't remember them in the first place, but it doesn't matter. Here we are on the phone together right now. What's up, man? How you doing? How's life? We're on the phone. We're chitting. We're chatting. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I texted in these past like 48 hours. Well, I guess since like Thursday has been pretty strange. I kind of got like a stalker. Have you watched Baby Reindeer on Netflix?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
I'm like kind of getting Baby Reindeered right now. It's sort of chilled out over the past 24 hours, but like it was weird. So what happened was this. So let me give you a little backstory.
Sure.
There was this girl that I knew her since like high school, and I'm 24 now. But I knew her in like high school. She was a grade above me. And we were kind of friends, sort of, didn't really know each other that well. But, we would talk every once in a while. And then after high school, we sort of stopped talking. And then she hits me up on like Snapchat and this is like 2021 at this point. I graduated 2018. So this is 2021, a few years later. And we've talked a little periodically between, high school and then. She invites me out to this bar. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go out, with her and like her roommates and stuff. And then, one thing leads to the next. We end up hooking up. We were sort of like friends with benefits for a couple weeks. Then it ended pretty mutually. She was like, "Hey, I'm kind of catching feelings. We should probably stop sleeping together." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." Being totally respectful about it and all that. And then she gets with this other guy, and she blocks me on everything, which is, I figured it was whatever. She's making a statement. She's making like a commitment to this guy. She's like cutting off all her other past situationships or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So I, I don't hear from her for like 3 years. Like I said, this was 2021, and then this past Thursday, this is where it gets weird. So let me give you another little piece of backstory. So I was in this band, and we were moderately popular. I won't say any specific names because I don't want people looking into any of this, but we were moderately popular, and she was a big fan of it. But anyways, this past Thursday, my old bassist from that band. That band recently broke up. But my bassist, you know, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, you know, what's going on with this poem and everything?" I'm like, "Poem? I don't know what you're talking about." And then he says her name, you know, her poem, and I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then he sends me to this Reddit thread, or a Reddit account, and it's just like hundreds. Well, there's like this poem, and then like hundreds of other posts by this person, the girl that I had, you know, not spoken to in 3 years. And it's like, you know, a bunch of poems about, like, it starts out, it references the band breaking up. Because like I said, she was a big fan of the band, and she talks about how all the songs are about her, and how, like, she says a lot of things about, like, they're kind of obsessive about me in it. And it starts out like that, and it doesn't start out like super negative at first. It's a little weird, but it's not like quite negative. And then it escalates. Like, you can see, like, there's tons of posts. So she started posting like a week ago, but I didn't find out about it till Thursday. So I'm seeing all of these posts after like a week of just these like rapid fire, obsessive like posting and everything. And she's saying that, you know, like I said, it starts out with her like being super like obsessive, but then it goes into like, you know, saying that I've been like making a bunch of fake accounts to try to like hunt her down. She has a really explicit like story about how I like physically like lured her out and tried to kill her. And which, again, I haven't spoken to this woman in 3 years, and just a lot of weird stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling right now, but
no. I mean, keep going.
Know,
if that's
yeah. So she says that, you know, I have tried to kill her. Like, she's posting, everything she's posting is like, it's like all poems, right? Like there's some things here and there that are like prose, I think is the word for not poetry. I don't know. But there's some stuff that she's posting, you know, not poetry, just regular like talking, but a majority of them are like poems, and they're kind of about me, but they're kind of just rambling. And, you know, I'm like, I find out about all this Thursday, and I like leave work, so I'm like, I don't know, you know, I had to get home and kind of analyze the situation. But as I'm going through it, I'm seeing she's saying that, you know, I'm trying to hunt her down. And she's like, I'm getting different people calling and texting me being like, yo, what's going on with this? Because she's like reaching out to everybody I know. And like, she did message me directly, but I had like deleted Instagram from my phone a little while ago, so I didn't see it. But she's like, you know, texting and messaging all these people saying that, you know, I've been killing people, and that I mean, it's just been like ramping up and up. And, you know, at this point I'm like, okay, she's having some sort of episode, right? You know, some sort of like, I don't know, some mental illness. I don't know. I didn't know what she had. I still don't know what she has. So, you know, I'm not like necessarily like angry at her or anything, because I know she's like sick in the head. But it's been a very weird past 24 hours, or past like 48 hours for me, as you might suspect. Because like I said, there's tons of people are calling and texting me being like, yo, this person's saying that you're killing people. Obviously none of them believe it, but yeah, it's been weird. The past,
you ever wanted to kill anyone?
Not too much. I mean,
okay.
You know, she has been, you know, saying that I'm like a serial killer. It was also funny too. She kind of said that my I've been holding my brother hostage, and you know, it all kind of was going back to I think the fact that the band broke up was kind of like a catalyst for it, because
like you think that the band breaking up sent her into a spiral or something like that?
Yeah, because we made the post. We made like a post being like, "Hey, the band is."
Let me ask. I'm curious. Do you think that she is having an episode, or like is she like fucking with you?
No, she's definitely having like some sort of episode. Like at first, I didn't know like if that was the case, but at this point, I'm pretty certain that's what's happening.
Okay. And when's the last like? Well, I want at the beginning of this, you said to me you were like, well, I was kind of dealing with this, or actually, I'll say what you read in the text. You said, I am kind of being stalked, but it's chill. Tell me about how it has gotten chill. Are you just kind of like, you're not? Well, I assume you're. Yeah, like what's how have you been able to be chill?
Well, I don't think that she's. I mean, she has made definitely some remarks about like, he should be in the ground, and I don't care if he's dead, and all that kind of stuff. Not quite death threats, but teetering on the edge there, and stuff like that. But ultimately, I don't think that she's like actually like, like going to come after me physically. I did go to the cops at one point after she said that I had my brother held hostage, just because she said that she was going to the cops, which, whatever. But I just didn't want to get swatted. I don't want them thinking that I have a hostage here. And the cops, I mean, they were fuck all help, They were like, sir, did you know that she has her First Amendment right? I'm like, all right, whatever.
Whoa, yo, did they really say that?
Dude, they were like, well, technically that's all the First Amendment right to free speech. I'm like,
whoa.
She wants to see me in the ground, and
whoa,
yeah, they pretty much told me to fuck off.
That's super. That's, by the way, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a fucking lawyer, but like, I'm pretty sure that the First Amendment ends at death threats. I think that's like inciting violence, right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, but I won't get all political. But yeah, that I wasn't too surprised by that response. But the past, like I said, it started Thursday when I found out about it Thursday. I've been going for like a week. But like the past like 24 hours, she hasn't posted anything. Which was kind of odd, because she had been posting like every hour on the hour. For like a week before that. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm hoping that she got help, because like I said, I'm not like upset with her or anything. She's having some sort of episode. She's sick, So I hope she gets help. That's really all I really want from it. But it's a little, it's been stressful, these past, especially because, not to be too dark, but like if he suddenly stops posting, that can either mean she got help or something pretty bad, and I'm trying to avoid thinking about that, but I did. How have you? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I did. Before going to the cops, I did call like a crisis hotline, explain the situation to them, and they were like, they told me they'd try to call her, but they couldn't tell me whether or not they did speak to her, because that's all like confidential information.
Sure,
so,
right, of course. How have you been doing since the band broke up?
So the band actually broke up like a couple of years ago, but we just didn't make any posts about it. It's kind of been a little bit of a fallout since then. But we did have like a bunch of music that hadn't been released, and we were all still chill with each other. So we released the last bit of music just a little while ago. It was actually kind of funny because, we hadn't posted anything for a couple of years, and some random person on Instagram was like, I need this band to drop music for my birthday on June 2nd. And I swiped up. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Because like I said, we had a bunch of songs that we just hadn't released because, the band broke up. So we released all those songs on that person's birthday. And then
that's nice.
Made the post about breaking up after that.
Are you still in a band? Are you still making music?
Here and there. Yeah, I was in a few bands at the time. I actually got a show tonight. I was playing that was a kind of a pop rock band that did originals. Now I'm playing in a country cover band.
Cool, man. Well, look over your shoulder when you have when you're out there, because I will say it's a little gnarly, being a touring, it's gnarly having a stalker and also being hey, here's where I'm going to be physically right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely I didn't post anything about it specifically kind of for that reason. I was like, I'm not gonna take that chance.
Are you still doing music for a living, or you got another gig?
Yeah, well, right now I'm working a few different jobs, but yeah, I do. I work audio and stuff too. So I work sound at this bar that I'm going to play at tonight, and it's a country bar. All the different country bands come through, and one of them was like, "Hey, we need a drummer to fill in." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it." And then I just sort of became permanent. So I play there once a month, and yeah, it's a good time.
So
I was never really a country person before, but I am now,
dude. I mean, it is crazy that somebody that you haven't spoken to in that long will just come back and be like, this guy is a serial killer. Yeah,
zero contact. And, initially whenever she was making the post, she wasn't directly naming me. She was naming the band and all that. But then towards the end, then she said my full name, and she said she didn't say my exact address, but she said what town I live in and all that kind of stuff. So it was definitely a little stressful.
Well, look, man, that's just her right to free speech, I suppose.
It's her right to free speech. Yeah.
So wild.
I'm gonna start.
So wild.
My brother and I were joking that I need to start writing poems back, like a rap battle, but for poems.
Oh yeah. You got anything? You got anything cooking in the drafts?
Well, nothing yet. I'm still filtering through the poems, getting some more inspiration. But yeah, no, I'm not actually going to do that. That would be probably. I think that would be considered feeding delusion.
Yeah, I think it's probably best to just ignore it.
Yeah. No, I still haven't. I didn't respond to any. Like I said, she messaged me one time on Instagram, just being like, you better stop this, or I'm gonna, this is the worst thing anyone's ever done to me. And ultimately, I just blocked her. I didn't respond to it because I don't want to feed into it.
Yeah,
and ultimately, the whole thing is just kind of a sad situation.
Yeah.
I'm not fearful of my own safety at this point, really, because I don't think she's a threat. But yeah, it's been strange. There's a lot of parallels to the show Baby Reindeer. It's a good show. You should watch it.
Okay, all right, I'll check it out. I thought it was fucking about a reindeer.
Nah, well, it's about a stand-up comedian. Well, like a kind of small-time stand-up comedian, about as small time as my band was, and he gets a stalker who's she becomes like a crazy fan of him, and there's a lot of weird parallels.
Well, you're Dave, right?
Aiden.
What? Damn it! Someone else called in as Dave.
Oh, that's all right. I like Dave's. It's a good name.
I like Dave too. Well, Aiden, thanks for sharing. I hope everything works out okay, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Not to the people of the computer, but I do think you should go back on the H3 podcast whenever you're in LA, because your podcast and their podcast are like, those are the two I watch, and I love your episodes together.
Thanks. Yeah, dude, it's crazy how many dude, so many people when I do my live shows and I meet people afterwards, like there's always so many people wearing Teddy Fresh, so I know that those universes are definitely on a similar Venn diagram.
Yeah. I actually found. Well, I knew of their podcast, but I didn't start watching. I started watching you first. I know you said before.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a new one. I haven't heard that. I have not heard that before. I have not heard anyone who I have introduced to H3. I mean, they're huge.
Yeah. Like I said, I've heard of them before, but I didn't really start watching them until after you were on. So.
Cool, man. Well, all right, one for me. Hell yeah.
Right.
Well, thanks for calling, Aiden, and good luck, and don't keep an eye in the back of your fucking head, bro.
Yeah, I'll let you know at the next St. Louis live show whether or not I was murdered. You know what? I completely forgot about that whole interaction we had at the beginning of this call. And I'm gonna just say this because I think you're a nice guy. I forgive you for calling me short. Even though. You know what? I forgive you. It's your fucking freedom of speech. It's your First Amendment right to call me short. It's also true. I'm a short. I'm a little. You're
guy,
not that short.
So.
No,
I'm a teeny, tiny, itty bitty, little guy.
You're taller than the average gecko.
Hey, take care, Aiden.
See ya.
Hi, is this Lyle?
Yes, hi, hello. What is your name?
You can give me a name if you want.
I can give you a name if I want?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Lyle. You're Lyle now. We're both Lyle.
Excellent. Works for me. Good to meet you, Lyle.
Lyle, what's up? How's life? How's it going?
It's, it could be better, but I guess that's why I'm calling it.
So, Lyle, you texted me and you said something I thought was very interesting. You said, "Hey, Geck, I'm getting locally famous by word of mouth, and I don't want to be." What? Tell me more. What does that mean?
So, okay. I am an Uber driver. And I am also an artist. And I decided one day, about like 7 or 8 years ago, I was going to include my art in my Uber car. And, people have responded very positively to it. It's like, oh, this is an experience. Like, you're amazing. Like, it's just like compliments out the wazoo. There was one girl who straight up told me, "You're going to heaven for this. You know that, right?" And I'm like, I have my doubts, but okay. So I tried posting about it on social media one time, and I gotta say the response was very negative. A lot of people called me very entitled because it's like not every Uber driver can afford to spend stuff on your car like that. Like, people are going to destroy that, like, et cetera, talking about like the decorations and such.
So the plan is you're an artist and you were basically decking out your car with
car,
your art. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And like, honestly, there were just a lot of negative comments on the singular post that I made.
Really?
It got to the point where I had like started to spiral a little bit. And I was like considering taking the whole thing down and just being a plain Uber car again. And my brother, he actually stole my phone, and he was like, "Hey, there was some sort of new update to the phone. Can I like see yours to compare it?" And he like ran away with my phone to the bathroom for a minute. And he came back out and he said, "Hey, I actually deleted this post for you. You're awesome, and don't let these idiots tell you what to do with your life." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's really nice of you." And like, I decided from that moment on that I was not going to have like any sort of social media presence about this. I was just going to live my life in person and like, you know, have a nice time just like earning money and like living life. So, okay, here's where I would like to ask you for either validation or condemnation.
Okay.
So, I've done this for almost 8 years in 3 different cities. Each time I have gotten offers of like, "Oh, I can be like a regular passenger for you. We can do it off of the Uber app. And I'll just pay you directly." And like, they want to call me, they want to like hire me, they want to do news articles about me and such. There have been people who wanted to tag me on Instagram stories and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't have social media. So, and they're like, you would go absolutely viral. Like, you need to have a TikTok live. And like, honestly, I've looked into the logistics and stuff of all that. And there are like really good reasons not to like become famous in that sort of sense. Like there's consent laws for filming you need to be worried about. There's the general shittiness of invading somebody's privacy after a long day. There's insurance costs because Uber provides us with insurance. And doing it like through an insurance company would cost like $600 extra on top of the $150 I already pay for personal. So it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like give people my number or like I don't want to have contact with some of these people because they are nuts. There are a lot of really crazy people out there.
Fuck yeah, there are a lot of really crazy people out there.
I mean, you know that. I saw your short earlier, dude. With the.
That's not even something I know from doing this. That's something I know from just being alive on the planet Earth.
Yeah, no, and I just like generally did not want to give out my information. I do not want to go viral. I don't want to have a TikTok or a TikTok live or whatever presence. And like, I'm basically turning down potential fame, potential fortune to just live like a normal, what I would consider a quiet life, where I just like, I go to the bar, I hang out with my friends when I have time off, you know, like I'm not on the content grind, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like.
So this you're asking me for validation or condemnation on this choice?
Yes, on the choice of like turning down potential money.
Wow.
And like stuff just to be myself and be happy, I guess.
I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna call you Lyle because I want to actually talk to you, and I feel like if I call you Lyle, it's gonna make it weird. So I'm gonna call you Jenny. I love this call. This is so great. This is so awesome. I love this. This is great. This is really awesome. I before I give my comments, you see, you've been doing this for 8 years, just like, and you, it's just basically,
correct.
So for 8 years, you're an artist. You have a decked out, cool ass fucking car. People love your car.
Mm-hmm.
People are asking you if you can be, you know, their personal chauffeur, and it's become too much for. Oh my god! Wow, dude, Jenny, I love this. I mean, off the gate, first of all, you don't need my validation on how to live your life. I think the way you're living your life is spectacular. I really do. I mean, I really do. I mean, you just, you know. Just from talking to you for 9 minutes, you sound extremely happy as a person. Is that true?
Well, I mean, I do struggle with clinical anxiety and clinical depression. I say the word clinical because I did go to a doctor. I went to a psychologist. I'm on medication. So, you know, like it is what it is, but I've been managing it pretty okay. I see a therapist, a real therapist, regularly. So I promise you, I'm not gonna like hit you with the deep stuff today.
No, this is perfect. You know, dude, I'm telling you this. Everyone who's telling you like they're going viral on social media, having money, these are all tools. Ideally,
right.
These are all means to greater ends that we've actually thought about, and that we're not just pursuing for the sake of pursuing them, you know. And so, it sounds to me that your greater end is. It sounds like you've thought about what you want out of life, and it sounds like what you want is a nice, quiet life where you can make art and be happy and be with your friends and hang out and not have to deal with fucking crazy people.
Correct.
And it sounds like, and you know, look, if you told me you had a different dream, and the way to get to that dream was through, you know, the tools that social media and money can provide, I would say you should go for it, but that doesn't sound like what's going on, you know?
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I got like a college degree, so I am educated. I am like capable of getting a different job. It's just that every time I do, it never really works out. Uber's just been like the one thing that's consistently paid my bills through it all. So I'm like, at this point, why fight it? This is my job now.
Dude, yeah, dude. I mean, also, here's another thing. I swear to God, I was talking to my friend about this all day today. How long have you not had social media for?
We're going on like about 2 years-ish. And I mean, like the story about the post that I made actually happened probably about 4 or 5 years ago, but I was still like terminally online after that, like checking Twitter for stuff. And, you know, every time I opened one of those apps, I noticed that there was just something new to be angry about. Dude. And I was just so tired all the time.
How'd you find me, by the way, if you're not on social media?
So, like, I don't post or anything. I do, like, scroll through YouTube Shorts.
Cool. All right.
I watch a lot of those, like, the Minecraft parkour while people read out memes to you kind of
and actually,
video.
So funny. I was about to be like, what the fuck are people watching these days? And I was like, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. I've watched a bunch of those videos, like, today.
Yeah, no, I love those things. They're a curated feed. I don't have to see any car crashes. I don't have to see any, like, horrific guys running through parades with a truck, you know? Like, it's just nice.
Dude, Jenny, if you can live your life, if you can live your life without social media, you really, really, really should. I'm on social media because, my excuse is that it's for my job, but really it's just because I'm addicted to it, like everyone else is. But like, when my phone's off, when I don't have social media, it's just such a profound source of anxiety for me and for so many people that I know. And you know, it's hard to just fucking rail on it, right? Because the reason that you and I are talking right now, the reason that, you know, I'm able to tour the country and you know, get to talk to so many people and do all this amazing stuff I get to do is because of, you know, using social media and going viral as a tool, as a means to an end for me to get to do those things. But it comes with the great cost of, like, just anxiety. Like, you know, I mean, you know, like that Instagram post that you're constantly obsessed with the comments of like getting other people's opinion, not just other people's opinions about your life, but just other people's opinions in general. You're scrolling through TikTok and someone's like, dating in 2024 be like, and it's like, I don't care what you have to fucking, like, It just makes you forced to care about everything everyone says, and it's just a fucking total nightmare. So I'm really telling you, Jenny, if you don't need my validation, but here it is. Like, if you can have a happy, fulfilled life, just making art and hanging out with your friends, you're gonna have 1,000 times more of a positive experience doing that than, you know, anything that you would find hanging out on Instagram. So I think you're making a great decision. I don't think that like money and fame should be pursued to the max for the sake of themselves, just for the sake of it, just because you have other people telling you, oh my god, you could be so viral doing this, like
like legitimately, last week, I want to say, there was a woman who came out of this fancy party that I was taking somewhere, and she was like, oh, you know, I know all these people that could help you get famous, like, I'm gonna get you in contact with a newspaper guy that I know, and like, she tried to take down my information, and I'm like, no, I don't give out my phone number, but, you know, like, have a wonderful night.
Dude, great, dude. And I'm just dude, look, if that person were to, here's the thing, and it's about your gut, because if that person were talking to you and you were like, oh, that sounds cool, that sounds fun, oh, I can make this into a business and I can make more money, and like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, but there's also nothing wrong with not wanting to do anything. It's about what you want out of your life, you know what I mean? And you get to decide that, not anyone else.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been trying to, so every time they ask, I'm like, no thank you, not interested, and they're like, but you could be making so much money, and I'm like, I'm good, man. I might be like, my bank account might be negative. I'm like this close to losing health insurance because I haven't been able to pay it lately because whatever, you know, bills. But, you know, like, at the end of the day, I would sincerely rather struggle because, like, I you know, when I used to live in Los Angeles, and one time I got the paparazzi treatment. Like, I pull up with my art car, and the people, like, notice that I have this donut pillow that I use to, like, rest my arm on, and they're like flashing their cameras at me, and they're like, show us the pillow, show us the donut. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. My eyes hurt. I don't want to do this.
Dude, I let me ask you, I'm genuinely very curious about this. I know you called in and you were like, I want your validation or your condemnation, and I don't know if you called in just to, you know, this has been a great call. I really do enjoy talking about this. Genuinely, is validation on your decision to live your life in this way really a thing that you struggle with?
I mean, it's because it happens so often. It's just like, am I crazy? Like, is this something that other people would tell me, like, oh, you know, you're absolutely insane. You need to give in to this pressure. You need to create your own business. You need to, like, go into debt so that you can afford the startup costs, and, like, then you'll be happy because you'll not be struggling anymore. And I'm just, no, I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. I mean, the reason that I called in was because it's not that. God, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry for anything.
So, I mean, I guess I wanted other people's opinions to, like, maybe say more definitively, because I know you guys in the comments will, like, sometimes respond to callers as well, so I check the comments. If anybody else would like to say, you know, this person is nuts, like, oh, she's a nightmare, she's stupid.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say that, first of all, nobody's going to say that. Second of all, even if they do, that doesn't matter, because it's not... what people say is not the important variable here. The important variable here is what you want to do with your life and what decisions you think are right for you. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to become a CEO. I don't want to like have 1 billion followers. I don't want to go on Jimmy Fallon or anything like that. I enjoy making things with my hands. I enjoy like how you can kind of get in the zone and just it's sort of like an all-existing presence in the moment. That's
and dude,
just like how art is for me.
Man, I mean, here's the thing, dude. It's tough, and I think about I try to not be a hypocrite and like, you know, think about this, you know, in terms of like my own work and everything. But like, you know, at the end of the day, man, like all you get for being recognized for the process of what you do is you get to do more of the process. The reward is always just more of the process. So you better fucking like the process. And if all you like is the process, then all you need is the process. You can be happy. You don't need to be on fucking Jimmy Fallon. If you're seriously so happy making art and you're happy doing it in your garage for no one, then just be happy doing it in your garage for no one. Don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't be happy doing that.
Hey, thanks, Lyle. I really appreciate that.
No, I really mean that. I really mean that. It's a really weird, crazy thing. You know, and that's really just all you have, dude. Is like, what are you actually doing at the end of the day? What are you actually creating? You know?
Yeah.
And by the way, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, some people, like, I just enjoy the process of, like, if you wanted to become the art car lady, you know, if you enjoyed the process of creating a brand, if you enjoyed if you were excited at the idea of making money doing this, you know, then that's great. I don't think that's something that's to be villainized, but it's again, it doesn't matter. It's what you want to do at the end of the day, and it sounds like to me what you want to do is live your fucking life, girl.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. People are always like, "Oh, you have to."
I got a question. I got a question, and even if it's just for me, I won't post it anywhere. I kind of want to see this car.
Oh, I mean, like I can text it to you, sure.
Yeah, do you even? I guess I don't want to invalidate this entire conversation we just had, but do you even have do you have a website or anything? Like, do you have anything pictures of it? Not to sell, just to see it.
Yeah, no, I can text you the video that I have. Let me see. It's in
why don't you
somewhere.
text me a video. Even after the call, text me the video. I wanna take a look. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll post it in Discord. Only if that's cool with you, because I know other people are gonna want to see it.
I mean, I guess so. It's just
if you, dude, that ass. If you don't want, here's it. I want to see it. So if you want to send it to me, I'll just take a look. I won't post it anywhere. I won't do anything with it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. That's what I'll do. Everyone listening to this can fuck off.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a lot of it is like in person because you can't request me or anything like specifically. So half of the like fun is just thinking you're getting a normal Uber car, and then you walk in and it's like, whoa.
That's cool, dude. See, that's the thing, man. Is like just doing it for that. Just doing it for the fucking look on people's faces when they get in the car. Like that's all you need.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like some of the reactions I've gotten have been great, and people are like, oh, like you should make a reaction compilation, and I'm like, it's in my head, bitch.
I love that. What was the fake name I gave you again?
Jenny.
Jenny, this was great. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. Before we go, is there anything else that you wanted to get out of this phone call or talk about or anything in general before we head out?
I would like to say to the people of the computer that if you are thinking about where your life is going, like I'm 30 and people are always saying like, oh, what was the point of you? There doesn't need to be a point to you.
Hold on real quick. What do you mean? What was the point of you?
Just like legacy wise, like what are you creating? What value are you adding to this world? You are the value. I
can't believe I mean, I don't think anyone would be saying that about you. I mean, you're clearly adding value to the world. But I mean, you don't even have to do anything as amazing as fucking make a whole art car to add value to the world. You can just I don't even know if I don't know. Go ahead, I interrupted you.
All right, so no, you're good. I was actually just about to say that I'm sending it currently. So
okay, cool.
it
I'll
should
check
be
it out after the
on
call.
the way to.
You were saying something. You were saying something about you were like, I'm 30. People are like, what's the point of you? You wanted to say something.
No, yeah, I am. I'm about to be 30 on Monday.
Happy birthday.
And yeah, thank you. But I went to college and, I didn't end up, in a super important position. And, I see people, younger than me achieving so much more than me. And it's just, comparing myself to other people, you don't need to. I personally feel like I'm achieving not necessarily my best life, but I'm on the way there. So if the people of the computer would like to just simply exist, then that's okay too, I would think.
Jenny, keep doing your thing, dude. Keep making art. Keep doing your thing, dude. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Have a good rest of the night, Jenny. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's great. I really did like that call. It's weird, man. I think about this is actually something I really genuinely do think about a lot because I do this for a lot of reasons. I do it because it's my job. It is how I make a living. I do it because it's enabled me to have, crazy opportunities to go places and meet people I would never have otherwise. And, I'm trying to kind of stay connected with, the fucking just joy of the process. Because, dude, fucking recording this podcast can be very difficult sometimes. But, even just now, honestly, just, talking to Jenny over the past half hour, that felt good. I enjoyed the process of being able to record that conversation, package it up, fucking have other people be able to listen to it, and then use the money from doing that to go buy a sandwich afterwards. That's cool. I'm enjoying that. Maybe that'd be insane if I have no idea where she lives or whatever, but oh, she sent me a video of the car. Oh crap, it's super pixelated. Oh wait, I can kind of see it. Whoa, this is super sick. This is a total cock tease to talk about how sick the car is, because I am not going to post this video anywhere, but it's a sick car. There's no call to action. There's no way to follow Jenny. There's no website. You know what? You know what you can do? You can follow fucking, I don't know, follow Jenny's spirit. Whatever that may be. But yeah, that was cool, man. Rock on.
Call from
Steven.
Hello?
Is this a real Gecko?
Yeah, is this Steven?
Yes, this is Steven.
What's up, Steven?
Not much. I'm surprised I got through.
What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I was thinking if I did get through, what would I talk about? And I've been having an issue lately. I started a new job this year, and I had to start working hybrid. So I go into the office a few days a week, and I work from home the other days. And the problem I'm having is I'm meeting a lot of new people, and I kind of know that I'm not going to like really hang out with these people beyond the work life. And so I don't really know how to talk to them. I'm having a hard time like socializing properly. I think people think maybe I'm like weird or too focused on work because I don't really know what else to start up conversations about.
How old are you?
36.
Okay. And has this been like a issue throughout your life?
No, before COVID, I was like a lot more social, would definitely go out a lot more and meet a lot of people that I don't hang out with to this day, but I was definitely a lot more like friendly or actually curious about them.
Yeah, curiosity in other, do you feel like your curiosity in other people has like waned as you've gotten older?
It has waned pretty far, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it would kind of make sense, right? Like as you get older and as you get a little tired, you have to kind of like start making more concerned effort to care about things in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And like people I'm interacting with, I'm a project manager, so I have to talk to a lot of people. So it's actually becoming like for me, it's becoming something I'm becoming self-conscious with because I'm interacting with a lot of new people, and I don't really, I have a hard time caring about, I'm like, yeah, okay. But I don't really know how much further to go outside of like specific work type of conversations. So
no, 100%, 100%. Everyone's kind of, people don't like to admit it, but everyone's kind of been there where you're like at an office and you're talking to someone and they're telling you about their weekend or their dog, and in your mind you're just like, I'm sorry. I wish I was like a nice, cool guy all the time, but I just don't fucking care at all. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. So is there like something that like an approach that I can take that would like make me at least come across a little bit more like I do care?
Why do you want to come across like you care?
Oh, that's a good question. I just feel like as my role at my job kind of has me in front of a lot of people, I feel like the perception of people that they have of me is kind of impactful to like how effective I can be. Especially if this person that I'm having a hard time connecting with is someone who is like a customer. Like I'm going to deliver a project for you, but I want to make sure I come across friendly, but I'm having a hard time figuring out the right approach.
Are you having trouble just like you're having trouble coming across as a friendly person? Is it just because like you don't give a shit?
I think I'm pretty friendly. I just don't. I think I come across really shallow because I'm like, oh, anything interesting on your side of the office? Which doesn't. I don't know.
What do you really want to talk to people about? What do you really want to talk to people about?
It would be more, I guess, more. What do I want to talk to people about? Honestly, it'd be more interesting if if they were just like, hey, tell me about you. It'd probably be more interesting to like tell them about me rather than to like listen to them. Because sometimes I have a hard time like listening to other people. Because of the way that they talk, sometimes can be really boring, or what they choose to talk about can be really boring. So it's like easier if they're like, what do you think about that? It's like, well, good. At least maybe I can say something. And I'm very good at responding, but when it comes to like interacting and engaging with people, I think I've lost my touch like pretty hard.
Are you ever in a conversation and you just try to say something crazy to make it more interesting? Have you ever done that?
I feel like I used to be more like a shock value before COVID. Definitely pre-COVID was like more would say things to get like the shock value from people.
I did that recently. I was at a bar and I was talking to someone and I wasn't really interested in it, and so I said to them, when's the last time you thought about killing yourself? And without missing a beat, they were like, I think that. Without missing a beat, they were like, I think the last time I thought about killing myself was like 3 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I think probably me too. And then we talked about times we thought about killing ourselves, and it worked really well. I was like, oh, I'm glad I took that chance. You know,
that's a big chance.
Is it really?
That could have gone. That could have gone a different direction,
I guess.
But it sounds like it went a good one. Yeah, I'm trying to think how shock value would work with my.
I'm not even talking about shock value. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. Why do you want to be a project manager?
It's not that I wanted to be, but it went well with my skill set. I would say that's probably the most corporate type of answer I could give you, but it felt right and it was a good opportunity.
I mean, you could go all in. You could just be super fake, you know? You could just be in there talking about, I don't know, like, okay, like, sometimes when I'm talking to people in like an office or corporate or professional setting, they talk about like restaurants they've been to.
Yes, that's very common. Yeah,
it's very common.
I do find myself in that conversation a lot.
Do you go to restaurants ever?
Recently, I really don't like being in public restaurants. So I find myself doing takeout or like Grubhub.
Yeah.
So when people talk about restaurants, I'm like, yeah, I've had that dropped off at my door, but you know, I don't really know what the vibe is at the place.
People talk about restaurants. They talk about they talk about sports.
Sports is popular. I did used to work at Nike, which made it way easier to talk to people about things because there's product. You know, oh yeah, did you see the recent shoe? Or oh, that was cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more interesting to talk about the last time you thought about killing yourself.
That is pretty wild. I
probably wouldn't do that in the office, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe, you know.
Maybe the last time you thought about quitting, maybe I could start asking people that.
Yeah, that's a version of that. Yeah.
And be like, and like, why? Who made you want to quit?
Yeah,
and then
there we go.
Like, I don't know. It could get really dark, but
yeah, get dark, go crazy. Why not? You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. What are we wasting our fucking time here talking about restaurants for? God, I hate it so much. I don't go to fucking restaurants. I eat at Del Taco, and everyone wants to talk about fucking restaurants. I don't know anything about any of this shit that any people. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I'm with you, man. I don't know what the fuck to talk to people about.
There's a lot of negativity around Del Taco, I think. I think people have negative feelings towards that place. Does that bother you or change your opinion?
About Del Taco? No, I don't care at all if people don't like Del Taco.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm trying to think about your life and this thing that you're thinking about.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the I don't know if I need to care more, but I find that harder.
No,
than
I think you should.
I think
you should care less about this. I think you should care less. I think you should not. I think don't take consideration into don't be a dick to people or say anything that's outwardly mean or obnoxious. But if as long as you're not being actively hostile or mean or obnoxious to people, say whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I think that's really good advice.
Yeah, just as long, because that's the thing. As long as you are actively making sure you're not like being a dick, then you can. Say whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, there is a lot of thought that goes into like if the things I do say out loud could come back to haunt me. And
see, somebody in the chat just said articulated speech comes across as mean. What the fuck are they talking about? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Then somebody, even if somebody does get upset at you about, I don't like what. What's it matter? You're trying your best. God damn it.
So if I is that like over articulation where you're assuming that they don't like understand?
No. The point is, who cares what that chatter said?
Oh, yeah.
They're not in your life. They're in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter at all.
There we go. I don't know if any of this is making sense. I'm hoping this is helpful to you in some way.
Yeah, I mean, definitely opening up my mind a lot. I'm like super glad that I got through.
Thanks for calling, Steven. Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Hope everybody's having a good night. And yeah, thank you for the help. Thanks for opening my mind.
Good. I'll talk to you soon, Steven.
Thank you. Take care. Talk to you later.
I'm afraid I might have actually created a monster.